Number one, as the time period increases, the probability of generating positive returns increases. Using annualized Sensex returns of 16% and a standard deviation of 29% over the past 30 years, the probability of generating positive returns rises from around 70% in 1 year horizon to almost 100% if the time horizon increased to 10 years. Exhibit 87, probability of gains from equity investing in India increases disproportionately with increase in holding period. The chart here is for Sensex returns over the 30-year period from March 1987 to March 2017. Number 2, in the long run, the portfolio becomes dominated by winning stocks, whilst the losing stocks keep declining to eventually become inconsequential. Thus, the positive contribution of the winners disproportionately outweighs the negative contribution of the losers to eventually help the portfolio compound handsomely. Number 3, investing and holding for the long term is the most effective way of killing noise that interferes with the investment process. As soon as you try to time entry or exit, you run the risk of noise rather than the fundamentals driving investment decisions. Number 4, lack of churn reduces transaction costs, which adds to the overall portfolio performance over the long term. A hypothetical portfolio started on July 1 with 50% churn per annum, for instance, loses almost 1.2% CAGR return when run for a 10-year period. Exhibit 88, results of backtesting of the completed 8 iterations of the coffee can portfolio. That is, these portfolios have run their complete course of 10 years. Exhibit 89, results of backtesting of the incomplete 9 iterations of the coffee can portfolio. That is, these iterations have not run their complete course of 10 years. Complete portfolio period 1 2000 to 2010, 6.6% alpha relative to the Sensex, 22.6% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks NIT, Cipla, Hero MotoCorp, Swaraj Engines, and HDFC. Large cap portfolio stocks NIIT, Cipla, Hero MotoCorp, and HDFC. In the first iteration, both versions of the CCP outperformed the benchmark, whilst all cap CCP delivered a 22.6% return, that is 6.6% alpha to the Sensex. The large cap portfolio delivered a 23.6% return, that is 7.6% alpha to the Sensex. The maximum drawdown, which is the largest single drop from the peak to the bottom in the value of stock for both the portfolios in this period, was also less than the maximum drawdown for Sensex. Exhibit 90, summary of the first iteration, 2000 to 2010. CAGR return, all cap 22.6, large cap 23.6, Sensex 16. Maximum drawdown, negative 41.9% in all cap, large cap 39.3%, and Sensex 60.3%. Excess returns, all cap CCP is 0.35, large cap CCP is 0.4, and Sensex is 0.13. The 5 stocks that constituted the first iteration of Coffee Can portfolio consisted of one IT company, one pharma, one non-bank leader, and 2 companies from the automobile ancillary sector. These were NIIT, Cipla, Hero MotoCorp, HDFC Limited, and Swaraj Engines. The star performer in this portfolio was Hero MotoCorp, which proved to be a 10 bagger. That is, its stock price rose 10 times in 10 years, whilst NIIT stock price collapsed during this period. In spite of the collapse, the CCB outperformed the Sensex comfortably. Exhibit 91 Portfolio Performance of CCP 2000. Exhibit 92 Hero and HDFC rose exponentially whilst NIT collapsed in CCP 2000. Complete portfolio period 2001 to 11.7% alpha relative to the Sensex, 32.2% per annum absolute returns, all cap portfolio stocks, Cipla, Hero Motocorp, Apollo Hospital, Rufit Industries, HDFC, and LIC Housing Finance. Large cap portfolio stocks, Cipla, Hero Motocorp, and HDFC. Both versions of the CCP performed well during the second iteration as well. Beating the Sensex, the all cap and large cap CCP gave an impressive alpha of 11.7% and 7.8% respectively for the iteration. The portfolio was remarkably steady compared to the Sensex maximum drawdown, delivering an excess return of 0.61 to 0.59 times. Exhibit 93 Summary of the second iteration 2001 to 11. CAGR returns all cap CCB 32.2%, large cap CCB 28.3%, Sensex 20.5%, maximum drawdown 39.8% in all cap CCP to 34.7% in large cap CCP and 60.3% in Sensex. Excess returns 0.61 times in all cap CCP, 0.59 times in large cap CCP, and 0.21 times in Sensex. During the second iteration, the coffee can portfolio consisted of 6 stocks with 3 repeats: Cipla, Hero, and HDFC from period 1, and 3 new entries: Apollo Hospitals, Rufit Industries, and LIC Housing Finance. During this period, one of the stocks in the portfolio, Rufit Industries, was delisted. Despite this, the portfolio performed admirably. The star performer was LIC Housing Finance, whose stock price rose 35 times, whilst Cipla was a laggard. Exhibit 94 Portfolio Performance of CCP 2001. Exhibit 95 LIC Housing Finance was the stellar performer of CCP 2001. Complete portfolio period 3 2002 to 2012 5.1% alpha to the Sensex, 25.3% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks: Infosys, Hero Motocorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, Gujarat Gas, Aurobindo Pharma, HDFC, and LIC Housing Finance. Large cap portfolio stock: Infosys, Hero Motocorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, HDFC Limited. During the third iteration, CCP delivered an alpha of 5.1%, whilst the large cap CCP delivered an alpha of 3.5%. Both versions of the CCP performed well during the maximum drawdown as well, delivering excess returns of 0.38 to 4.4 times. Exhibit 96 Summary of the third iteration. The CCP expanded in size during the third iteration. Total of 8 stocks qualified to be part of the CCP in the third iteration. Cipla, Hero Motocorp, HDFC, and LIC Housing were repeated yet again, whilst the other 4 stocks were Infosys, Container Corporation, Gujarat Gas, and Aurobindo Pharma. LIC Housing Finance was the winner yet again, while Aurobindo Pharma lagged. Exhibit 97 Portfolio Performance of CCP 2002. Exhibit 98 Portfolio's outperformance was led by LIC Housing Finance once again. Complete portfolio period 4 2003 to 13. 7.2% alpha to the Sensex, 27.4% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Sun Pharma, Container Corporation of India, Gujarat Gas, Aurobindo Pharma, HDFC, and LIC Housing Finance. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, Sun Pharma, and HDFC. Whilst the all cap version of the CCP delivered a 7.2% alpha, the large cap version gave a 9% alpha in the fourth iteration in a maximum drawdown situation. Both versions remained steady and beat the Sensex, delivering excess returns of 0.57 to 1.48 times. Exhibit 99, summary of the fourth iteration. Barring one addition, Sun Pharma, the coffee can portfolio in this fourth iteration was the same as that in the third iteration. Its performance was driven by Sun Pharma's stellar performance, while Gujarat Gas lagged. However, the performance of the large cap version was better than all cap version of the coffee can portfolio. Exhibit 100 portfolio performance of CCP 2003. Exhibit 101 Sun Pharma was the star of CCP 2003. Complete portfolio period 5 2004 to 14, 12.9% alpha to the Sensex, 32.7% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, Gujarat Gas, Alok Industries, Munjal Showa, Havels India, HDFC Limited, and LIC Housing Finance. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, and HDFC. The fifth iteration of our coffee can portfolio yielded a whopping 12.9% alpha over the Sensex. The portfolio was equally divided between large caps and mid caps, small caps. The higher share of mid caps and small caps was earlier versus earlier iterations was instrumental in delivering higher alpha during this period. Exhibit 102 summary of the fifth iteration. The price performance among mid cap and small cap stock was extreme. Havells stock price rose 8 to 9 times, whilst Alok Industries stock price fell significantly by the end of the iteration. As a result, the price performance of the large cap CCP 22% CAGR lagged that of all cap CCP 32.7% CAGR. Exhibit 103 portfolio performance of CCP 2004. Exhibit 104 Havels was a star performer of CCP 2004. Complete portfolio period 6, 2005 to 15, 6% alpha to Sensex, 22.2% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, Geometric, Havels India, InSwift, Munjal Showa, and HDFC Limited. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, and HDFC Limited. In the sixth iteration, our coffee can portfolio again outperformed Sensex with an alpha of 6%. The large cap version also outperformed the Sensex with an alpha of 3.4%. In this period, while the all cap version generated higher alpha than the large cap version on an absolute basis, on a risk adjusted basis, the large cap version beat the all cap version mainly on account of lower maximum drawdown, excess returns of 0.32 times for large cap versus 0.25 times for all cap. Both versions, however, continue to perform better than Sensex on a risk adjusted basis as well. Exhibit 105 summary of the sixth iteration 2005 to 15. The extreme price performance among mid cap and small cap stocks continued during this iteration as well. Havells stock price rose 28 times, whilst InSwift stock price fell from 92% by the end of the iteration. Exhibit 106 portfolio performance of CCP 2005. Exhibit 107 Havels India was a star performer of CCP 2005 too. Complete portfolio period 7, 2006 to 16, 9% alpha to the Sensex, 20.5% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Cipla, Hero MotoCorp, Container Corporation of India, Geometric, Havas India, Suprajit Engineering, Munjal Showa, HDFC Limited, and HDFC Bank. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Hero MotoCorp, Cipla, Container Corporation of India, HDFC Limited, and HDFC Bank. In the seventh iteration, our coffee can portfolio again outperformed Sensex with an alpha of 9%. The large cap version also outperformed Sensex with an alpha of 5.7%. On a risk adjusted basis, too, both versions beat the Sensex with an excess return of 0.23 to 24 times, as against 0.06 times for the Sensex. Exhibit 108 Summary of the seventh iteration. Mid caps and small cap stocks outperformed in this period again, with Havels and Suprajit Engineering stock price rising by 11 and 7 times respectively. Exhibit 109 Portfolio Performance of CCP 2006. Exhibit 110 Mid caps continued their outperformance in CCP 2006. Complete portfolio period 8 2007 to 17 10.4% alpha to Sensex, 19.7% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Wipro, Cipla, Tech Mahindra, Hindalco, Hero MotoCorp, Container Corporation of India, Asian Paints, Havels India, Geometric, Aftec, Munjal Showa, Suprajit Engineering, HDFC Limited, and HDFC Bank. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Wipro, Cipla, Tech Mahindra, Hindalco, Hero MotoCorp, Container Corporation of India, Asian Paints, HDFC Limited, and HDFC Bank. In the eighth iteration, our coffee can portfolio continued its outperformance versus the Sensex on both absolute as well as risk-adjusted basis. The large cap CCP matched the all cap CCP on the risk-adjusted basis, that is 0.21 times for both portfolios. Exhibit 111 Summary of the eighth iteration. In this iteration, large caps led the charge with Asian Paints being the star performer with a jump in stock price of almost 15 times. Extreme movements were seen in mid-cap stocks again, with stocks like Suprajit Engineering rising almost 25 times, whereas Avtec lost 97% of its value before suspension in May 2015. Exhibit 112 Portfolio Performance of CCP 2007. Exhibit 113 Suprajit Engineering and Asian Paints were the star performers of CCP 2007. Incomplete portfolio 2009 incomplete portfolio period 9 2008 to present, 10% alpha to the Sensex, 21% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Wipro, Cipla, Asian Paints, Tech Mahindra, Havels India, Automotive Excels, Geometric, HDFC Limited, HDFC Bank, and Punjab National Bank. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Wipro, Cipla, Asian Paints, Tech Mahindra, HDFC Limited, HDFC Bank, and Punjab National Bank. The ninth iteration of the CCP that began life in July 2008 has so far outperformed the Sensex with an alpha of 10%. The large cap version also beat the Sensex with an alpha of 7.1%. The large cap version, on account of lower drawdown, saw a risk adjusted return of 0.25 times as compared to 0.26 times for all cap version and 0.01 times for the Sensex. Exhibit 114 Summary of the ninth iteration. Both large caps and mid caps shared the outperformance during this iteration, with Asian Paints and HDFC Bank stocks prices rising 31% and 28% respectively on an annualized basis, whilst Havas India could continued its strong run with a 36% annualized return. Exhibit 115, portfolio performance of CCB 2008. Exhibit 116, large caps and mid caps both outperformed in 2000, CCB 2008. Incomplete portfolio period 9 2009 to present 11.2% alpha to the Sensex 22.7% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Wipro, Jindal Steel, Cipla, Asian Paints, Oracle Financial Services, Tech Mahindra, Motherson Sumi, HDFC Limited, HDFC Bank, and Punjab National Bank. Large cap portfolio stocks Infosys, Wipro, Jindal Steel, Cipla, Asian Paints, Oracle Financial Services, HDFC Limited, HDFC Bank, and Punjab National Bank. In the iteration beginning 2009, the all cap and large cap CCP gain beat the index comprehensively with alpha of 11.2% and 6% respectively. On a risk adjusted basis, too, they gave a stable performance with access returns of 0.49 to 0.55 times. Exhibit 117, summary of the 10th iteration. Motherson Sumi was a star performer in this iteration with its stock price rising 22 times. Exhibit 118, portfolio performance of CCP 2009. Exhibit 119, Motherson Sumi was a star performer of CCP 2009. Incomplete portfolio 2010 to present 10 period 11 2010 to present 10.7% alpha to the Sensex 20.8% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks Asian Paints, Amar Remedies, Motherson Sumi, Tulip Telecom, HDFC Bank, Punjab National Bank, and Dewan Housing Finance. Large cap portfolio stocks Asian Paints, HDFC Bank, and Punjab National Bank. In this iteration, our coffee can portfolio outperformed the Sensex with an alpha of 10.7%. The large cap version beat the Sensex in this iteration with an outperformance of 9.3%. Exhibit 120, summary of the 11th iteration. The performance of the portfolio in this iteration was led by Motherson Sumi and Asian Paints in this iteration. In spite of suspension of trading in two constituent stocks through the period, Amar Remedies and Tulip Telecom, the portfolio gave a stellar performance with 20.8% CAGR. Exhibit 121, portfolio performance of CCB 2009. Exhibit 122, Motherson Sumi was a star performer of CCB 2010 as well. Incomplete portfolio period 12 2011 to present 3.9% alpha to the Sensex, 14.2% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks ITC, Asian Paints, Motherson Sumi, IPCA, Tulip Telecom, Zilog Systems, Pratibha Industries, Unity Infra, Amar Remedies, Setco Automotive, HDFC Bank, Punjab National Bank, Dewan Housing, and City Union Bank. Large cap portfolio stocks ITC, Asian Paints, HDFC Bank, and Punjab National Bank. Among all the coffee can portfolio, this iteration gave the weakest results in terms of absolute performance. The large cap version outperformed in this iteration by beating both all cap version and Sensex on an absolute as well as risk adjusted basis. Summary of the 12th iteration. Extreme price performance among mid cap and small cap stocks was seen during this iteration. Motherson Sumi stock price rose 7 times during this period, while Zilog system lost 98% of its value. Exhibit 124, portfolio performance of the CCB 2011. Exhibit 125, extreme price performance was seen in mid to small caps in CCB 2011. Incomplete portfolio period 13, 2012 to present 10.9% alpha to the Sensex, 24.8% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks ITC, Asian Paints, Marico, Opto Circuits, IPCA Labs, Berger Paints, Page Industries, Balakrishna Industries, Grindwell Norton, Zilog Systems, Tech Pro Systems, Pratibha Industries, Astral Polytechnic, Amar Remedies, Unity Infra, Setco Automotive, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Punjab National Bank, Allahabad Bank, Dewan Housing and City Union Bank. Large cap portfolio stocks ITC, Asian Paints, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, and Punjab National Bank. The all cap version again came to the fore, beating the Sensex by 4.6%. Summary of the 13th iteration. With 22 companies making the cut in this iteration, this was the biggest coffee can portfolio in terms of number of constituent companies. Astral Polytechnic was a star performer in this iteration with an almost 16 times increase in stock price. Xylox Systems and Tech Pro Systems, on the other hand, lost almost their entire value with declines of 99% and 98% respectively. Exhibit 127 Portfolio Performance of CCB 2012. Exhibit 128 Astral Polytechnic outperformed other stocks in CCB 2012. Incomplete portfolio period 14, 2013 to present, 19.7% alpha to the Sensex, 33.5% per annum absolute returns. All cap portfolio stocks YTC, HCL Technologies, Asian Paints, Marico, Berger Paints, IPCA, Page Industries, Balakrishna Industries, Solar Industries, Astral Polytechnic, Pratibha Industries, Unit Infra, Sarla Performance Fibers, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank, Indian Bank, City Union Bank, and Dewan Housing. Large cap portfolio stocks ITC, HCL Tech, Asian Paints, Marico, HDFC Bank, Axis Bank. This iteration has given the best results thus far with a whopping return of 33.5% on a compounded annualized basis. The Sensex generated a CAGR of 13.7% over the same period, whereas the large cap portfolio generated a CAGR return of 24.4%. Exhibit 129 Summary of 14th iteration. Mid cap stocks led the outperformance of the profile in this iteration, with some of the stock prices rising almost 4 to 8 times since the beginning of the portfolio in June 2013. These stocks included names like Astral Polytechnic, Solar Industries, Balakrishna Industries, and Page Industries. Exhibit 130 Portfolio Performance of the CCB 2013. Exhibit 131 Mid caps led the charge in CCB 2013 and generated most of the portfolio's value.